And we're live, baby. We're live. Let's just do sound checks. Check, 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 check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We are good, and we are on episode 36 of the Castle Keeper's Guide. But before we get there, I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon supporters and my Twitch subscribers. I love every single one of you. Every dime comes straight back into the channel. It goes on hardware, software, and candy beans. And if you need to ask, you haven't been watching enough of the show. Without any further ado, we are going to move on to the Castle Keeper's Guide itself. Look at this. It is a series of 12 maps from Thorpe, Hamlet, Village, all the way through to Metropolis, and with a sprinkling, just a sprinkling of military buildings in there as well. We've got a Brock Tower, we've got a Martin Bailey Castle, we've got a castle, and tonight we're going to start working on the Greater Castle. But before we do, let's just reflect on what we finished last night. I think that's some pro level shit right there. I am so happy with that. And considering I never draw this style, it kind of gets me tingly. It gets me little giblets going. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the follow, by the way. Very much appreciated. We're going to work on the Metropolis a little bit tonight. I want to... You know me at this point. I'd like to fill in all of the white on the page with... I'm going to call it texture. And I'll give you an example. I mean, look at this. This is our town. But look at the stuff around it. We've got our hills. We've got some trees. We've got our farms. Everything's got ink all over it, right? That's my style. That's what I like to do. Same with this one. We need to do those farms here. You can see all of these white areas. So we're going to fill in those tonight. And if we're good, we'll make good progress. We're going to come over to Crack the Chevalier, which is this here. I am not drawing it in this style because it will take forever. I'm going to do it from above, like so. But we're going to be drawing this. It's a beautiful castle. It's got incredible history. That will be the final piece of this particular map, and then we're going to start colouring it. So, Wargaming Recon, I thought actually you and Princess would be a little bit later tonight with you doing the old Blood Sport, something different. That's Van Damme. Back. No, I thought you might be finishing that game, my friend, and you certainly could have. Zoo in the Metropolis, I had forgotten, but you know what? We have room. You know what? Let's actually... I don't want it to be huge. Actually, the zoo should be outside. The zoo should be outside. We're going to do a zoo. We're going to start with the zoo, okay? You did a raid. Well, thank you very much for the raid. I think raiding gets you extra channel points, my friend. And GL, welcome. Alright, so let's do this. Let's pick a spot for our zoo. I want to finish this in an hour so we can play around with this at the end of the stream. Let's do a zoo. How about we do the zoo back at the beginning where our old village was, like over here. Like a little bit of becoming full circle. Thank you very much for the cheer. Hey, Alex Vixen! I want to see more of that game you're playing too, Wargame. I look forward to checking that out. I can't wait until I can start cheering you back too, Wargame. Talking of which, everyone hit War Game Recon up with a follow if you haven't already. A follow costs nothing. He's got his little channel going on over there. He plays games in a very relaxed, happy kind of way. Some of the shit that was going on in this game tonight, I would have rage quitted. I'm a bad computer player in that way. I have to win. Games that get that out of me, I kind of suck at, you know? It's not good for my emotional state, let's put it that way. I'm gonna just get rid of this road a little bit. I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna have the zoo kind of like here type of deal, up against the river. And what about this bush size? Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, so zoos. I don't think I've ever drawn a zoo before. Two touchdowns. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. The whole thing about that game is, you know, you can understand the mechanics and you can understand the whole zone of control and you can understand that 2-on-1 or more is better. And you can even do that and it still feels like the computer gets better rolls than you. You know, it just feels that way. It's like Jack is one of the nicest human beings you'll meet on the planet. And even Jack stopped playing because he was like, You know, you could stack up 3 dudes on one guy and always fail, and then the computer will do like 1 dude on one guy and always knock you down. Just it always feels like the computer's got a little bit of an edge, and I never could quite shake that. Whoa, 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 whoa! Wargaming Recon must have been really happy with his touchdowns tonight. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Alex Vixen, I played it too. Wargaming, you are killing me, man. I'll tell you what. I know you missed out on the map last month. I'll get you hooked up, okay? I will get you a canvas map from Noble Dwarf, alright? Because you are just slaying me right now. Slaying me. Dungeon Tomb! Dungeon Tomb's here. Yay! Wow, you're killing me, my friend. You're killing me. Thank you. Dungeon, no, I didn't. Sorry. A lot of messages. I will scroll up now then. There you go. Happy Christmas all. Happy Christmas to you too. Talking of which, sneak peek, we are going to be doing some prize draws and some giveaways this month. Watch our channel or any of my social channels for details. Chances to win all sorts of goodies over at Noble Dwarf and maybe some other things you've not seen before. Maybe t-shirts, cups, microwavable friendly cups, dishwasher friendly cups. I'm building a fence right now, by the way. I don't know why, but apparently some of the critters that they've got in this zoo, if they got out, it would be bad. Okay. Oh, don't worry about it, Wargame. It's totally cool. I mean, it's my friend. You just did how many subs? I don't care if it pops up forever. You are awesome, and we love you for it. Thank you. When I played Blood Bowl in England, It was with friends, duh. But I didn't play in a league or, you know, anything cray-cray like that. But we did come up with our own system for like having a career mode in the board game. It was a lot of fun. It really was, and we'd play it a lot. But I can't say that I was undefeated or anything crazy like that. There may be an opportunity for a drinking tankard in the future. We have some big plans. I'm actually surprised, Princess, that you don't know what's going on. A learned woman like yourself in the gaming universe, I would have thought that you would know. Thank you very much. And just as Wargaming Recon would say, I'm going to have a drink of water. That's some good HTO. I don't know what I'm drinking. Can we have a drinking tankard and a drinking game for the channel? Maybe. It's all about what Cloudbot supports and what it doesn't. Thanks, Han. I mean, you actually are in the streaming business now, Wargame. You kind of like see the same tools that I do. And I haven't seen a mechanism for building a custom game yet. And their game options are they're not awesome. An informal drinking game? I don't know. I don't know whether me getting involved in any type of drinking game is a good idea. Or encouraging it, for that matter. I'll do a drinking game on your channel. Especially when you're playing Blood Bowl. Like every touchdown you do, I'll have a shot. But I tell you what, at the rate that you're actually managing to catch that ball tonight, you unlucky bugger, I'll do a shot every single time you get a completed pass. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to be sober by the end of the evening. Hi, Fan35. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. This is what we've been doing. This is, by the way, 12 maps. We're doing it all on one canvas. They will be fully coloured. They will all have their own borders. But we're doing them on one canvas because super sexy. And they will look good as a poster. Like, I want this poster on my wall. And I don't say that because I'm a big-headed git. I say it because I think it looks beautiful. And coloured, mwah. It's just going to pop. It's just going to be bloody ridiculous. For the poster, I might move things like the Thorpe down. Just to give us, like, title space room. I don't know, we'll play around with that a little bit. Maybe move some things into the bottom corner or something. And give ourselves a top corner for that type of thing. But this is what we've been working on. We've got ourselves a little Thorpe. We've got our hamlet. Stupid detail on all of it. I love the boulder. I think Kafir asked for that boulder. We got a village, complete with little boats. We got the first ever cutaway I've ever drawn in my life. Mott and Bailey, marching camp, castle. Happy with how that one turned out. Town, city, fortified city. We're now finishing up the metropolis. My objective is to basically be done with the metropolis tonight. At least sans colouring. And so we might get into the castle. We might get into the Greta Castle tonight. It really depends. Because I'm in such a chill mood. You know, it really depends how fast we motor. And right now, not much apparently. I think the Skaven thing, Princess, is they're one of those names that kind of transcends the rule system and the world, you know. They get spoken about as much as kobolds do. You see them in computer games. Licensed computer games, of course. That type of thing. Jack loves Skaven. They're almost like a rat zergling in a way. I think that would be fair to say. And honestly, like name-wise, they kind of have the same sort of thing. You say zergling, and even if someone hasn't played StarCraft, they kind of know what a zergling is, you know? Skaven are a little bit like that. We do endeavour to be relaxing. We do. Except when I'm eating bad beans. Then it's not relaxing anymore. By the way, my normal style on the hills is obviously to do this. I actually don't want to do that. I'm gonna play around on this colouring of this particular map. We're gonna do something a little bit different, I think. We're gonna try having a little bit more just contour like. Yeah, see, told you Jack likes gaming. Oh, Princess, did you redeem a bean? You know what, young lady, because I'm in such a good mood. We're gonna do bean time. That's not a thing. I've just literally just said it. That's the first time I've ever said bean time. But if you're redeeming a bean, I'm gonna bring down a magic jar of beans. And why is this magic? Because 50% of them taste like shit. And I'm going straight in. It's not a good one. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not a good one. No. 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 I don't know what that's meant to be. But I imagine if I got 2-day-old grass sods and just wrung it out in my mouth and that fetid juice just dripped onto my tongue and slithered down my throat. That's what I just tasted. Kind of just rank, you know? Rank and a little bit of you just licked old grass that a cat had pissed on. That's what I just tasted right there. Not the best flavour in the world, I'm not gonna lie. I've had better flavours. That was pretty horrid, and it's sticking around. It's not letting me go. Wargaming. You can have that in about 15 minutes time, okay? Let's get some work done here. That was pretty gross. But maybe Wargaming will taste better. I'm gonna end up spending the entire stream on... Let's do a little kiosk on this.
We live on a bloody swamp. We need all the land we can get.
Signpost. I knew that was wargaming that we deemed that.
We want a shrubbery. A what?
What? That is a wonky ass building, but print size is about that, so I'm not going to worry about a wonky building down here.
Turning darkness to light.
And I'm going to do a special building up on the hill, I think. Swamp's in there. Swamp's in there. I thought you literally did a swamp. I'm pretty sure that that's exactly what you just did. So I will save it, Princess. Thanks for the reminder. Shrub and swamp. Shrub and swamp. Literally just appeared. You know what, Princess darling? You know what? Here's a mansion and a gazebo. Overlooking the city and the zoo. The code you sent me, I know been a while, but I tried to use it. They have a 1 month time out. They have a 1 month timeout, the codes. So yeah, you gotta get onto them pretty fast. You can't just sort of sit on them, you know. I'll see what we could do the next time we're getting some codes sorted, okay? It will probably be Q1 of next year now. But we do every quarter. We do Noble Dwarf canvas prints of my maps, available through Patreon, and if you're a Twitch subscriber. I'm not sure if Twitch subscriber. It's at a certain level. But anyway, every quarter we give a code away for a free canvas map. And you go to nobledwarf.com and scoop up one for yourself. I would actually highly encourage folks to go over to nobledwarf.com and just do it regardless, because they've got some great stuff on there. Princess, yeah, maybe. But you know, there's two problems with that. One is I actually kind of want to be done drawing this map tonight. We can't get sucked in to details like we do with our standard 100-hour maps. This collectively, by the way, this whole thing has been about 70 hours right now. So we're kind of, we're in for the time on this one, but we're also moving a lot faster than we normally do. So I don't want to pour 70 hours just into this one piece of this map. We just can't do it. There has to be it's close enough. Plus, if you start introducing things like hot air balloons and things like that, we start to apply a certain technology level to what is meant to be, you know, just the Castle Keeper's Guide. Here's an example of a metropolis. So, you know, if we have steam railways and shit like that going through there, is that appropriate for the Sword and Sorcery game? It's not Sword and Sorcery, is it, for them? What is it for Trollord? Green Loontoon knows. I always forget. Sorry, Dungeon, that your health is not brilliant. Please do stay in touch with me. Yeah, I know you PM me various channels. Stay in touch, okay? I'm sorry that you're kind of going through that, truly. We'll get you hooked up, don't worry. Even if it's the middle of next year, we'll get you hooked up. You know, when you come out the other side of your surgeries and everything. Hello, Brian McWhirter. We're gonna have, you know what we need? We need like little compounds. That's what we need here. In amongst the buildings. Well, Dungeon Tomb, it is great having you here, truly. You're always missed. I know it's incredibly early in the morning over there. Some would literally say middle of the night. Wow. Green Loontoon, what are we trying again? What are we doing? Oh, you must be having bad Twitch connection problems. I'm sorry, my friend. I have not seen the big world map of I heard it. I heard it. I've not seen it. It's terrible because that means I know literally about nothing of their world. But in my defense, Trollord Games, who I love to death, you guys know that. I know nothing of their world either. But I know nothing about anyone's world. I have no interest in other people's worlds. That's just me. But I do need to check out the map if it's beautiful. Please do, Princess. I look forward to seeing that. What's I Claudius doing? Did I Claudius get something wrong? Oh yeah, I Claudius is way off. You know, I'm gonna fess up. The info command, you have to manually put in what you want to have as the response. Makes sense, right? Well, you can't have a schedule. You can't have, let's say, 2 and then just toggle them. You can only have 1 entry. So if I don't remember to come in and edit that info command when we change maps, it's gonna be wrong. And I forgot, because that's what we were doing last Thursday, and I forgot to update it since. So it relies on me to remember to actually do it. I wish I could do an info that, you know, I could tie into my schedule somehow. But I can't, so alas. Don't be coming here with all of your fancy terms and your commands. That's not how this channel works. Where are you going with this road? Where are you going? You know what? This is where you're going. You're going all the way along here. We're going to cut up through these hills. We're going to snake up around the side of the city. There you go. You're going to come around. You're going to come around. And then here is your main gate. This is where you're coming in. I think it is plausible that we would have a little road snaking around here, snaky, and joining the main road there. Shkapa. And this is a bridge. Let's do that. Yeah, that's about right. Am I doing this correctly? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Let's actually just get jumping into these farms. I feel like I haven't done anything tonight. Or maybe just like the work is going to be way tougher than I expected it to be. I'm not going to steal farms from another map. We're just going to do it from scratch. We're just going to motor right here. This is down below. Get a little orchard going there. Just do farmland there. This is all rocky, too close to the city, so they wouldn't have anything. So where's the castle I drew located on the last map? Oh, it's not necessarily, okay? No, bugger off. No, go. While we took the Thorpe into the hamlet, into the village, and then, this block isn't located anywhere. We did take this Mott Bailey, and we put him there on the town map. Otherwise, it's not every single one is in the others somewhere. That's not the case. I mean, I know there is a lot of growth between these, but not with the castle. I mean, I suppose I could add the castle in it, but I don't want to get into it. That, in all truth, that wasn't even part of the original assignment. It was just like, draw 12 maps and this is what they gotta be. But we decided to kind of create this little story between them. The castle's not part of it. And if it was, this bad boy ain't gonna be part of it either, you know what I mean? This is honestly an assignment that I could just draw forever. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And I feel like we could just draw and draw and draw, you know? But we are going to have Stephen Chenault on the channel. I'm not sure if it'll be this month or next month. He's going to join us. He will be a special guest appearance. We're going to talk about other projects that we're going to be doing together next year. So let's just say we will be taking the idea of this map one stage further. Okay? There are a lot of stories behind these maps. A lot of stories. How many stories have you cool kids come up with though, right? There's a lot of you guys and girls in my maps. Your suggestions, your stories, even the personalities. Every single time Alex Vixen does one of her little stories. I mean, it's just magical. And they're all in these maps. I think that's one reason, honestly, I don't want to spend too much time. Actually, I'm a little bit hungry. We'll get a snack. But I don't want to spend, too much time on the Metropolis. Even though it's one of the biggest maps. Because normally my Metropolises are, 90 hours of effort, right? They're huge labours of love. That's not what we're doing here. This is a collection of 12 maps. So it needs to feel part of the collection of 12 maps. But also, there's less personality right, in this particular map. There's less of your input. We do have the zoo. We do have a manor house. But like this one, this has got a little bit more personality because it has a little bit more of you in it. This has got a huge amount of personality because it was your idea in the first place to draw a cutaway and a block. Huge props to you for that. This one, we didn't actually have too much of your input in it. So while it's beautiful, less personality. But we come here, we go down to a little boat, or we look at someone's... Where is your tower in the woods? Was that in this map? The tower in the woods. Where's my tower in the woods? That's you. And the little poop houses and everything, the little stocks and the maypole, that's you. So it's I actually prefer this map because of that over this. Even though this one speaks to my Roman in me, this is the one that has all of the personality and the NPCs and our little Tanner over here that had to go to the other side of the river, remember? Because he's a Tanner. So this will look good in the book, especially when it's coloured. Those other maps will always have a soft spot in my heart. We've got some great projects coming up though. The Frog God Necropolis will be a good one. That will be a good one because we're going to be adding some room details and everything to that one here shortly. The largest city I've ever drawn is going to be next year. And Salt Wolves of the Sea Road or Whale Road. Viking map. A medieval map. We got that one because of the Britannia map that we did. So now we're doing an early medieval version. And if you're one of my Twitch subscribers or Patreon backers, you've actually seen a little sneak peek of that one. Because I shared today with you my thought process and the general lands that we're going to be covering. And it's a big one. So that's going to be fun. I'll have another update for you here shortly too. Largest city, Athens, no. Bigger. Well, Rome is a city. And we're going to start drawing Rome actually as a personal project. While we have Patreons at a certain level, I'm going to draw the city Rome. The ancient city of Rome. So we are doing that. But that's not the largest city that I'm talking about. We actually got another client that wants me to do a big city. You've seen my city of Catalal. And I did that for Jeff D years ago. That is maybe one of the most labor-intensive, biggest cities I've ever done. Even bigger than Light Harbor. Certainly bigger than Gaxmore. It's going to be 4 times the size of Catalal. It's going to be freaking huge. Freaking huge. Barbarian Jack. Will someone ban Jack, please? Alex Vixen. Actually, hold on. Alex Vixen's Scottish. She's going to empathise with Jack.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
that bot command actually works pretty good. That's fantastic. Actually, yeah, Jack, give us a little sneak peek of what you thought of the French Connection last night. Some of the music is great, isn't it, Princess? And this is definitely one. I love it. I really do. And the fact that Harris Heller has just made all of this, hundreds and hundreds of tracks, royalty free, for streamers. I mean, you gotta have mad props for that. Talking of which, apparently Cyberpunk is doing the same thing. CD Projekt Red It's got a lot of original music in there, and they did it on purpose, and they are making it royalty free, so you can play their game and stream it at the same time and not have to worry about the music. So you jump in a car or on a motorbike and you got the radio blasting. They're like, "You're good, bro. You're not gonna get copyright hit." I think that's awesome. And who knows? Maybe I plan on doing a lot of Cyberpunk, by the way. Over the last half of December, I will be doing a lot of Cyberpunk. So, I might stream some of it. No promises. Once I'm comfortable with it, okay? Maybe I will. Maybe I will. There's a difference, I think, between playing a game with friends than just like being immersed. So let me play it for a little bit on my own. Kind of get myself immersed, get comfortable with the controls, so I'm not so much of a spaz. And maybe we will. Maybe because I'm actually taking a good bit of time off at the end of December. From the day job. I've not taken any time off from the day job like all year. So taking a good bit of time out and intending to play a lot of games and still streaming. We're definitely still streaming. But it'd be kind of fun, right? Share that together. I actually remember very little about the French Connection. Jack was actually telling me a little bit about it at one point yesterday, and I was like, yeah, I got vague recollections of that. But I was actually surprised how much I actually forgot. I just remember watching it with my dad, and that's it. Princess, we might be able to share something with you. We've got copies of all of it. We actually, in our world, we have an anthropomorphic nation. And so we've got all sorts of like animal creatures in there. And yeah, we've got the ratlings, we've got little mice folk, that type of thing. I'm sure we could share something. You just gotta ping us, and so we can dig it up. Because it's the type of thing where we've got it in file storage. We have artwork done of actually some, like, rattling characters and stuff. Jack and I used to commission a lot of artwork a few years ago. Alright, we're motoring. I didn't do the save. I did not do the save, so I'm going to do it right now. Look at that. Look at the socials that I'm in now. Not just Facebook now. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Patreon. Twitter. You got me on Twitter. All it took was me hiring someone to do it for me. But hey, I'm on Twitter now. Question time. You want to do question time? Want to do a question time? All right. Hit me with a book and a number. Oh, we'll do it. We'll do it right now. Because we're motoring. We're motoring along on this map. Let's do it. 1776. Alex Vixen, in one of my campaign worlds of mine, rewrote the demi-humans to be something that's not just fully human. Yeah, world building is fun, right? It really is. This book, me, it's questions about me. Not you, not Jack, not the Pope, me. Right, 1776. Let's cross this off. Okay, this is actually a good question. This is actually a good question for all of us. Do you appreciate and learn from criticism? And I'm going to answer that. I personally think I do. And I'm going to answer this in two ways. But it depends on how it's delivered. In fact, I'm going to answer this in three ways. I believe that I benefit from criticism. Firstly, because when I was about 30 years of age, I had a life-defining moment that really caused me to shape how I was moving forward in life. And that moment caused me to say it's okay to fuck up once. It's not okay to screw up twice, because you should have learned from the first time. So it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to drop the ball from time to time. It's okay to screw up, but you learn from it. You gotta learn from it. And this is going somewhere. So the second time something like this happens, it means you didn't learn from it for the first time. The third time means you're just now an idiot and you're never going to learn and you're never going to get better and you're always going to make the same mistakes over and over and over. So I have like this almost 2 strikes you're out, not even 3, right? Learn from the first one, you're good, you get a pass, but learn from it. That was my life-defining moment. And one day I'll tell you what that life-defining moment was. But it meant that I actually am my own worst critic. And I am. Like, I will beat up on myself hard, like you've never seen. Like, I will get seriously angry, like wrecking shop angry at myself and my own mistakes and my own fuck-ups. So I can face criticism because I actually can deliver it to myself pretty brutally. And because of that life-defining moment, I actually want to grow as a person. I want to get better. I want to get not just in artistic pursuits, but just in how I interact with people. But, and here's the third part of the answer, it always depends how it's delivered. I watch people on social channels sharing something they created. It could be a painted miniature, it could be a map they drew, and they're proud, they're happy. Now, there are 2 ways that you could react to that map. And let's just say, for the sake of argument, it has some flaws, it's not particularly good, and the person's still learning. If I drew a picture of a face, or someone's hand, or a banana, or an apple, it's going to look like shit, okay? I'm not a traditional artist. And if I put that out there, it's going to look like crap. But I might be particularly proud. I wouldn't be, by the way. But you understand the point. I could be particularly proud. And people that paint miniatures and put them out into the public typically are proud. If they don't ask for feedback, certainly if they don't ask for criticism, then the assholes that come in and go, it's kind of shit, should have done this instead, or what are you thinking about that? Just do it. You're knocking the person down. That to me is not constructive criticism. It's gotta be constructive, and typically the person has to be open for it. And I'm the same. I'm no different. I'll give you an example. I painted a miniature of a Roman ox cart. Actually, it was a miniature. It was literally a miniature. Right? It wasn't like a picture of it or anything. And I did 3 of them, and I based them, and they look freaking awesome. They were 15mm, I think, and they look awesome. And I put them online, and someone came in and went, "What are those wheels for the Flintstones?" And it's like, I didn't craft the miniature, I just painted it. So you're just criticizing at this point. I freaking hate that person that did it. It's burned into my head 5 years later. I hate that person. He's an asshole. He wasn't being constructively criticizing my work. He wasn't trying to make my work better. He was just knocking the piece. So if someone's just knocking you, screw that person. And that gets into another side of me altogether, where I have this thing about cutting out the negative people in your life, aggressively so. This is your life, your travel through life. This is your energy bus. We'll get into that another time. And anyone that comes into your life and delivers negativity, they don't deserve to be on your bus. You kick them off. And I do that aggressively so. And so anyone that just wants to criticize for the sake of criticism, screw those people. But if someone wants to come up to me and help me get better, I will always listen to them. Always. So there's my very bloody long-winded answer. Sorry, I probably spent longer answering that than I did drawing the map. But I feel passionate about that type of thing. Exactly, Wargame, right? And Alex, it's like brutal criticism for the sake of criticism can scar you for life. It knocks you down. It causes people painting miniatures not to paint miniatures anymore, right? Or to break the brushes and they're done. You've hurt them. You've hurt them inside. I'm a very empathic person. I genuinely love human beings. And when I say human beings, the half of humanity that aren't arseholes, you know? And I want people to feel empowered, happy, and want to create, and want to do better, and want to just like keep pursuing their passions. And if some dude puts a painted miniature or a map or something in front of me, and it's not the best thing in the world, I don't think that person ever thinks that it is the best thing in the world. They're just proud of it. And this is your opportunity to empower them and to make them feel good and want to go forward. And if they want criticism, they will typically either ask or you should be invited. It's like, this is great. This is absolutely fantastic. Do you mind if I comment on it? And just ask them. And if they say, no, I'm really happy with it, then this is a sensitive subject. Back the hell out. Don't say anything negative about this shit. Just don't do it. Talk about the positive points. Talk about the good things. Talk about what they did well, not what they did bad. There's too many critics out there. That was a long ass answer. I don't know why the human nature, particularly sort of in Jack's instance right here, because I know the type of things that he's talking about. I don't know why the human nature has to lean on the negative. You know? As a way of building someone up. Exactly, Wargame. It's a bit of an art form. It's a bit of an art form. And I would even say, in the spirit of this conversation that we're having right now, if we want to get better as human beings, then being better in our communication should be one of the things that we strive to do. And being able to offer feedback without it being criticism should be a skill we wish to hone. I would proffer that across the table, you know? And so for these brutish louts that just come in with these negative waves, man, these bad vibes, these are people that don't care enough about other people, certainly you, to hone that skill. They just want to bash you over the head with a hammer. And those are the people that are self-absorbed, self-interested, and so they just want to put you down because it makes them feel better or something. I don't know. I got no time for that. So give me constructive criticism, certainly. Don't criticize for just criticism's sakes. Just don't do it, you know? And to that guy that talked about the model of the freaking cart looking like Flintstone wheels, you know what? Screw you, buddy. Screw you. Because you're just an asshole. The painting of the model and the little diorama was freaking on point, and that's what you should have been looking at. Bullies are indeed garbage people. They are. I think, honestly, you know, I actually think there's a lot of humans out there that are intrinsically just bullies. They're just brutish bullies. They just want to bash on other people, you know? And I don't think they have this concept of the fact that they're hurting the other person's feelings. I've been around. This person will remain nameless, but I've been around watching this happen in front of my eyes. You know, two family members talking, and one family member is just bashing on the other person, and they don't even see it as bashing, you know? Look at me, I'm doing my slopes. I can't help myself. But I'm going to stop, because we said on this map we weren't going to do that. Stop fading. Stop doing it. Stop. Steep. Fading. Steep. Right, I steeped. Bleep you and the horse you rode in on. Remind me to Wargame tomorrow, and I'll share actually on Discord the picture that I shared on Facebook of the the oxen drawn carts. Honestly, even to this day, I look at them and I smile inside. They just look great. And the little guys, and I did little sort of, you know, reins on them. And they're great. 15mm, like ancient era horse, oxen and cart. I did it for the Watling Street battle, because obviously Boudica backed up her entire army against this whole line of like her people in carts and wagons and things like that. So I did a whole bunch of like animal themed bases. I'll have to show you them. And I honestly, I look at them and I just go, they're so gorgeous. And then this person came in knocking the freaking miniature itself. It's like, so you just want to be negative at this point, huh? Can you imagine how dangerous it would be if we could get Alex Vixen on Discord? Can you imagine that? I mean, she's a secret, like, you know, MI5 agent and a bouncer, and, like, you know, travels the world assassinating people, so I'm not sure that's going to be likely, but it'd be kind of cool. Alright, so someone before redeemed wine, and I'll tell you what, I never freaking got it. That is a terrible line. You know, Alex Vixen, that link, I'm going to click on it, but I'm going to do it off camera, there was actually a big Twitch streamer that clicked on a link. Now, this is a guy that had like thousands of people in his chat, right? And he clicked on a link, and let's just say it was animal pornography. No details. He's banned. He didn't even do it. Someone in his chat did it, and it was inappropriate. That guy's out of here. So I always click on this stuff off to one side. Oh, I think you've shared this before, Alex Vixen, right? I think you have. Maybe I'm imagining it. Boo. I've never seen this miniature before. That's cool. That's really cool. And I love the bright robes and like the flower pattern on it. Boo. I love this. Wait, is this a cat? Is it a panda? What? It's got to be like some kind of panda, right? That's awesome. Yeah, it's lovely. It's like, and look at this too. Look at the fur coloring. That's actually a nice steady hand there, girl. Look at this. This is really good. Got the eye in there too. That's good work. Modified Iron Claw. She's a cat. Okay, I love it. It's fantastic. Modified too. Alright, getting fancy. Modifying miniatures is actually a little bit of an art form. I wish I was better at it. Jack and I used to actually hire a guy to do modifications for us because he was really good at it. It's one of those things where you think it's going to be simple and it's not. The minute you get into it, oh no, you're screwing this up. I've never done a good job of it. So props to you. Excuse me a second, guys. Just reminding Jack that he needs to get me a little snack because I think it was Wargaming Recon that said snack time. Maybe a little... yeah. That was inappropriate of Jack. Had a pair of swords, removed them. Put the Kroot rifle on a war pick. And to be a war pick. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, you know what he did, Wargaming Recon? He went... That's what he did. Not gentlemanly at all. And then he gave me an empty plate. Like, everyone loves Jack. Everyone thinks he's such a gent. Such an awesome human being. Behind the scenes, he's quite abusive. Oh, but he has just bought me whiskey. I mean water. Thank you, darling. For this oddly coloured water. That's the problem I have now, Wargame. No one would ever believe that Jack would do such a horrible thing. Wargaming. Wow. Wow. That actually reminds me of a story that has nothing to do with like abuse or anything. But I was single. I was living in this house, and I've got an alarm system. Duh. And the alarm went off one day, which sometimes it does. And the police arrived, and I met them at the doorstep. And what I didn't realize is I must have like met them in a really suspicious way. And I came out with everything's fine, it's all good, Smoke set the alarm off, or it was something like that. And they were like, "Are you sure?" And the door was like almost closed behind me, and I was like, "Yeah, no, it's fine, it's fine." And I must have sounded really like not legit, because like I swear this cop and his female partner behind him took a step back and put their hands on their guns. And they were like, "Mom, are you okay?" And they were like, just give us the nod if you've got a home intruder. It was an experience, I swear. I was like, no, seriously, no, everything's cool. But apparently I can't say everything's cool in a way that people believe. How long we've been streaming? An hour and a quarter, you see? This map is going to take all of the stream. But I will show you what we're working on with the Crack de Chevalier's castle. I will show you that before we end the stream today. And then don't forget, we're still back tomorrow and Thursday, right? Yeah, because we didn't stream last Thursday, that was the thing. So 2 Thursdays of streaming, well, two days more of streaming this week, colouring the locatory map. I think we might finish the colouring, by the way, this week. I think we're real close. Well, you know what? Your enthusiasm, I think, is going to be inspiring to Jack. I will ask him if he wishes to join us. He does actually like being on the channel. Wargaming Recon. My aunt is a police dispatcher. She once had a caller who dialed 911 and pretended she was ordering a pizza. Ooh, to hide from her abuser, who she was calling. So my aunt went along with it, asking what kind of pizza the caller wanted, and asking for a delivery address. Ooh, to send the police officer to. Wow. 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 That's hard, man. That is hard. Jack is a great source of energy. He is a wonderful human being. There's a lot of positive energy coming off him. Maybe that's why everyone loves the guy, He has good vibes. Good vibe Jack. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's exactly what it is. Don't encourage him to have his own channel. Actually, in all seriousness, I don't know if he ever intends to have his own channel, but he has spoken quite often about at least having a podcast for movie reviews. I'd love to see him do like a YouTube style channel. Because his visual appearance gives off this positivity. I think people react to that, not just his voice. And I think he could like have quite a little following for something he is clearly very passionate about. You don't like the Monster brand? What are we talking about? We talking about energy drinks? Gotta be talking about energy drinks, right? This is a lot of questions going on. Netflix documentary recommendation? Sure. Twitch used as a form of podcasting? Yes. But having an editable format is always nice. And I think YouTube does really well for that. Fear the Walking Dead? No. I haven't even heard anything about it, but I know it exists. Is it any good? I don't know about all of you. I think I'm going to shock myself here because I love the zombie genre. I've got a lot of books over there all about the zombie genre. I literally have a section of my bookshelves dedicated to post-apocalyptic zombie shit. I love zombies. But I got a little bit jaded after The Walking Dead about the whole zombie show thing. So if it actually has got quite good, I'd be interested. If it's like a soap with a zombie background, I'm less interested. I want the zombies to be a little bit more of it, you know? Alright, Wargame. We got it. We have a little growing list of shows, particularly like Netflix or any of the streaming channels that we need to watch. So we'll put that on there. World War Z I liked. I'm not to knock it, and I'm not killing your buzz because I liked it because it's a zombie flick, and I'm going to like it. And I like that it was a little bit more mainstream, and I'd like to see them do more of them. But I'm going to say I made the mistake, or had the misfortune of reading the book first, World War Z. And I don't want to be one of those pretentious freaking snobs that says, oh yes, but actually compared to the book. But the book was better. I felt like they missed an opportunity with some of the key elements from the book. And I'm not talking about hitting necessarily the same storylines. I'm talking about the same notes of the book. And honestly, I think if they did more films, you would catch those notes, and that would be great. I think if they did a series based on World War Z, even just after the film, that would be kind of cool too. And I think you could. It'd be a little bit like Black Mirror, but with zombies, where every single show is its own story. Because that would match the book. And that would be freaking boss. Because that was a beautiful thing about the book. It bombed all over the world. Just these completely different experiences of this zombie outbreak. Different cultures, different poverty levels, different military, it's just these. Now we're doing a story about this. Now we're doing a story about here. It was brilliant. It's a good zombie movie in its own. It is. And I was actually less offended by the zombies climbing on top of each other than I thought it would be. I was not a huge fan of the CGI, but it kind of had that, oh shit. You know, like, regular just crawling zombies, who gives a shit? But these fast moving mothers, especially the ones that just got to pile on top of each other until they spill over the wall, that's got a horror factor. That's got I wouldn't like that. And that's a whole thing that I think zombies are meant to have. You're meant to be kind of like scared of them getting in, right? And it definitely did that well. I love I Am Legend. I actually have a hard time rewatching it in full, because some of the scenes are just, they're hard to watch, you know? But I Am Legend is probably one of the best films, one of my favourite films, for just getting the setting right. You know, you got New York, you got streets that have collapsed and have become flooded, the wildlife has come back in, grass and shit has just regrown. It was plausible, it looked real. It was great. I loved that. Will Smith really was a great actor in it too. I thought it was great casting. And some of the ways that he would just entertain himself was just spot on. I loved it. I loved it. But I do find it very hard to rewatch. Marvel Zombies. I don't know about Marvel Zombies, Brian. Kingdom? Oh, yeah, actually we started watching Kingdom. Funny enough, we're a few shows into Kingdom. Yes, that is very much on our list. We stopped watching it because something else came out, whatever it was. But yeah, Kingdom's on our list. We're at least 4 shows in. Alex, exactly. So that was one of the things I liked about World War Z, was this whole concept of, well, actually it introduced 2 things to me, maybe 3. But it was the fact that zombies can get frozen. So when they thaw out, you've now got zombies back on your hands. I thought, oh shoot, that would be a thing. But then also the tirelessness of zombies. They'd just go and go and go. They don't have to worry about cardio or anything. And so the whole story about like the space people looking down, the astronauts, space people, looking down, and they could see a zombie digging in the desert after something, and he just digs and digs and digs. It's because they're relentless. I was like, it was these little things that made me go, oh god, yeah, that's the type of thing that makes me scared of zombies. Although nowadays, honestly, a guy with one leg who had been shot like 2 hours ago would probably outrun me, so I should probably be scared of anything. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, Alex Fiction, you named them. Those 3 are remakes of each other. Omega Man, Last Man on Earth, Omega Man, and then obviously I Am Legend. Yeah, I've watched all 3. I think I even own all 3. Omega Man is still pretty good. Omega Man is still pretty good. I mean, it's aged in just the way that they shoot a lot of the scenes, the cinematography of it. But Omega Man still holds up. It's still a great film. What game have we gone? Just for you, my friend. The Omega Man's worth watching. I mean, it's definitely aged. You know how a film ages just because of either the way it's shot, or the subject matter, or the damsel in distress, which every 60s and 70s and some 80s movies had. There's an element of that. But if you just suspend that type of thing and just accept it for the lifetime it was shot in, it's still a bloody good film. I want to say I've actually seen it a few times. I think part of it for me is I love, it's almost the setting, right? You've got this whole concept of, like, you know, the last man on Earth, so to speak. Like, how does that affect you? How does that affect the last man? And they're like, you know, what does he do to entertain himself? What does he do to survive? I love that type of thing. I love seeing what those potential answers are. That's a time check, by the way. We're 1.5 hours in, but I am going to finish this map first. I don't want to leave this map over, okay? I want to keep going. So we're gonna go about 20 more minutes, if that's okay with you guys and girls. And this one's a freebie. I've been having a great time just hanging out with you all, just chilling and talking. If you gotta go, I totally understand. It's all good. I want to finish this little section right here. We're really, really, really close. Yeah, that one is loud. Actually, make a comment, will you, in the Discord channel for me, Wargame, and just say the time check is still a little loud, and we'll throttle that back. We have capability of dialing in the volumes. What's going to be a series on FX? Oh, why? What is why? What is why? The Marvel superhero. Someone join together Brian's conversation for me. Why the Last Man? I've not heard of it, like, at all. And Brian talks to himself so much that I sometimes, like, struggle to follow along. And I think Brian intends for that to be the case. He's probably sitting there going, yeah, I do. You know, one thing I really actually love about the development of the modern streaming services and everything, we are, I think, seeing more film grade material coming out as series, and I think a lot of stories need to be series. A lot would just absolutely deserve a series, you know. And I'm really excited about what the future brings in that respect. With Amazon and Netflix throwing down big freaking bucks, they could do a series of a zombie thing, a new zombie thing, any freaking time. Because I'd probably have more interest in that than a film. Oh, virus wipes out all of the males of the species on the planet except for a guy named Yorick. Why? And a capuchin monkey. Okay. Are females still alive though? Alex Vixen, if you don't mind me asking, what was your source of the zombie plague? And were your zombies fast moving or slow moving? Also, while we're on the subject, 28 days later. There's a zombie flick. A virus flick. That was a damn good one. 28 weeks later, less so, but still entertaining. Shaun of the Dead. Entertaining, actually. Entertaining as hell. Very, very, very much so. Yeah, I agree. 28 days had this visceral reality to it, you know, that it was hard, it was brutal, it had a lot of scenes that you couldn't even argue against, because you're like, yeah, that's how it'd be, you know. Then 28, I liken 28 weeks later to almost a Hollywoodified version of 28 Days Later. It's like Hollywood got to it. And it just became a little bit too, I don't want to say polished, but a little bit too Hollywood. I have no other word for it. It's the difference between Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer. They're both good films. But Conan the Barbarian is in the grit, it's in the dirt, it's visceral, there's blood and there's guts, and it's brutal, and you can feel every swing of every sword. Then Conan the Destroyer is still entertaining, but it's just entertaining. And it's not visceral anymore. Just the lighting, the cinematography, everything's different about it. So 28 days versus 28 weeks, I have the same mental shift between the two. That's just my humble opinion. I have not read any series. What graphic novels? What are we talking about? No, oh, you're talking Party to Princess. Conan the Librarian. By the way, big fan of the Conan the Barbarian film. Big freaking fan. It shaped so much about the way I actually develop my worlds in a fantasy setting. It's because of something like Conan the Barbarian that I actually started going low power on my magic and stuff. It's like you don't need high power to actually be really just freaking entertaining. Just need big muscles and great sword play. I need to not do that, because one day I'm going to throw my pen away. Actually, if you did Conan the Librarian and cast Schwarzenegger, wouldn't that be just like some fourth wall shit? That would be cool. Brian, I completely agree with you. He's done some good ones. He has done some good ones. He's done some terrible ones. But I love that freaking movie. Huge amount. The Terminator was good. What was that one about Mars? That one. That one was good. Jiggle all the way? No. Frick off, no. True Lies... Actually, True Lies wasn't bad. True Lies wasn't bad. Kindergarten Cop was entertaining as hell. Alex Vixen can't find the original document anymore and considering rewriting it, but my zombies are nanotech based. In this day and age, near future Earth, there's a medical technology called medicines, medical nanites that once injected fix any issue with the host. Didn't the film do something like this? And then they remain to monitor and maintain the host. Unfortunately, the medicines never had to deal with someone dying, so they register a death as a system-wide failure. I love it. And they restart the body. I really love it. But the mind is destroyed. Restart. Love it. That's a great idea. That's really good. That's really good. That's really good. I like that. That gives me the chills. That gives me goosebumps. I like it. There is definitely a film that's done some kind of nanites, or maybe it was just like a global cure, like that was sprayed down that caused the zombies. And maybe that was even 28 days later, to be honest with you. So maybe I'm mixing up like that stuff. I love the idea of the nanites not understanding death, so they restart the host. That's solid. That gets my giblets tingling. That is awesome. I really like that. And the machines come to view other humans as spare parts for the host. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Woo-hoo. I want to write a game around that. That's good stuff. Total Recall. That was the one. Thank you. Total Recall. Total Recall's pretty damn good. He's done some entertaining movies. Then you look at things like Commando, and you go, okay. But he also got caught up in the whole Sly Stallone cheesy movie flick. So he's done a lot of cheese too. But all of his movies are entertaining. I mean, you've got to acknowledge that. War Game, no, not me. Alright, by the way, as a time check, we're about 10 minutes out. Just got some farms to populate here with some textures. And then we're done. And we'll be back tomorrow on a colouring exercise. I don't know why I'm talking like that, but it's a thing. Running Man was... Oh, and I will say, actually, thank you for the reminder. Running Man was actually entertaining as hell. That was really cool. I wouldn't say it was his best movie, and I don't think it's comparable to Barbarian, but Running Man was really entertaining. And I wish they would do Running Man in the real world, just saying. Yes, Princess, sorry, I saw that. The Starfinder RPG is Nano Zombies. I didn't actually know Starfinder RPG was still going. I had to compute a few things in my head when you said Starfinder RPG. I actually don't own any of it. And I'm gonna fess up. I drew about, let's say 12, maybe slightly less, maps for the Starfinder RPG that never got published. Like the wind. And there was a little bit of buzz about the Starfinder RPG when it came out, and I've heard nothing since. Like, nothing. I hear of the Starfinder RPG as much as I hear about Windjammer or Spelljammer. Windjammer Wednesdays. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not dissing on the system, like, at all. It's just I don't hear anything of it nowadays. Like, I just don't see it advertised or anything. It's like Pathfinder put it, Paizo put it out, and we're like, yeah, we don't want to know about that anymore. Dungeon Tomb, slow down, my friend. What do you mean you have 0 points? So your 15k points is worth nothing anymore. Could someone do a score here, please? What are you talking about, your progress? Please just slow down. Make sure you're logged in to the cloud bot first, okay? First things first, we actually we imported everyone from the old system into the new system, and Pex and I double checked to make sure everyone got pulled across with the points that they should have had. I don't remember you, Dungeon Tomb, having 15,000 gold, okay? I'm just going to say that. I don't remember that. But what I can do, if I remember how to do it, which is probably a negatory, but I should... Yeah, here we go. Dungeon Tomb, you have 1,138 points. I'm also seeing you with 49 hours viewing time. So that's what I'm seeing you in the system as. If you go to that screen and you see nothing, it's because you're not logged in. I went to Wargaming Recon's equivalent of that, and it also showed me as nothing. Once I logged in, it showed me having 28. By the way, Wargaming Recon, that's why I couldn't actually get anything for my points. I only had like 28 of them. Wargame, I've already done it, my friend. I've done it. I think we got you. I think we got you, Dungeon. I think we got you, okay? I don't think you've lost anything, okay? I think you're good. Just when you go to that loyalty page, just make sure you're logged in. Because by default, it has you logged out, okay? Just hit the login button. And I think you'll be okay. And I have the capability of hitting the old system and cross-checking numbers, okay? So you could always PM me if you think you're losing out something. I don't want you to ever feel that, okay? Brian McWhirter, redeemed hat. Brian, for you, tomorrow, I will wear a onesie, my friend, that has a hut. A hut? A hut? A hood. Yeah, it has a hut on my head. Baba Yaga's hut on my head. It has a hood. Little ears. It is Minnie Mouse. I will wear my Minnie Mouse onesie for tomorrow's stream. Alright. I think this is the last field that we're going to add texture to. That looks good. This, and this will be done. Oh, and here, and here. That will be all done in colouring. I think we're ready. I think we're ready. I think my body is ready for the next stage. And the next stage is colouring. Alright, Metropolis done. I'm leaving it like that. I'm gonna hit save. You do not need to download Streamlabs, okay, Dungeon Team? In fact, Dungeon Team, just hit me up online, okay? You know where you can hit me, where you can find me. Just hit me up, and we'll get you sorted. And we'll get you sorted a little earlier in the day in your time, okay? And we'll get it figured. We'll get it figured. I promise you. So for custom emotes, I think that's going to be one of the next stages. Throw your suggestions into Discord, because they won't get lost there. Ping Pex, and I'm sure he'll be grateful. King Bashman. 2 problems, King. 1, you come in literally as I was about to end the stream. Jesus, just words, Faden. Words. Use them. King, it's the end of the stream, my friend. Second problem is you're not doing it right. You have to do a redeem space shrubbery. Someone show him how to do a shrubbery. Brian, hit me up online, Instagram or anything, and ask me where the Discord's at. Or someone post a Discord link into the channel. Because if you are subscribed to me in any way, you should be getting links to the Discord channel. I would love to see you there, Brian. I thought you were there. You should have got an email. Isn't Brian a backer though? Isn't he at least even on Twitch? He's a 5-month subscriber. He should absolutely have a link to the Discord. So Brian, I don't know how to give you a link to the Discord right here. But ping me. Just ping me somewhere. Even ping me on text. You have my cell phone number. And I'll send it to you, okay? King of the Bashmans, 1-month subscriber, also should be joining us in the freaking Discord, you dude. Come on. Talking of which, yeah, Princess, you did it wrong. Look how you did it. Maybe it's not like that. Isn't it exclamation redeem? Not just redeem. And by the way, we do have some cooldowns, so we might be hitting that. Yeah, you know what? Actually, Wargame, will you ping in the general chat and Discord that it's time to send out a new Discord link? Will you do that for me? Because if it has a 24-hour cooldown, that's actually pretty aggressive. And then that could get Brian, it could get King Bashman, you know. Maybe we'll even woo in a little bit of the Alex Vixen, who knows. But yeah, we can get you guys excited. There it is! There it is! Alex did it! Alex did it!
What?
I don't even know how Alex did it, because I don't even see her in chat. Which is weird. I'm all scrolled, right? Yeah, I'm scrolled. I don't even see Alex Vixen typing anything. So that's kind of clever. Anyway, I'm getting distracted because I love you guys and girls so freaking much. Alright, so look, we're done with the metropolis. I'm going to zoom out for a moment. We literally...
We are but simple travelers who seek the enchanter who lives beyond these woods.
Oh, that was a nut, not a knee. My bad, I got them mixed up. But we are... Look at this, look at... We are so advanced on this now. Everything's got to get coloured. That's going to take time. But look at these. These are beautiful maps.
We live on a bloody swamp.
Yes,
we
we
need all
do.
land we can get.
Thanks, Alex Vixen, for doing that. Thank you. I appreciate that. So we are going to draw this next. This will be next Monday and Tuesday. Oh, you guys don't let up, do you? Let me say, because I haven't actually done it in a while. We are going to be doing Crack de Chevaliers. And I probably butchered the pronunciation of that. This was a Crusader castle. It is a major fortification and is still out there today. And in its prime, it looked like this. This is going to be our greater castle. I am not going to be drawing it isometric because we'll be here forever. So I'm just not going to do it. We're going to do it top down like this. But we're going to capture all of the battlement details and everything, including the slopes right there and all of those lovely details and the little bridge and the little moat. It's not the moat, it's like the ditch. We're going to capture all of this in our usual top-down style, like these, okay? So this is what our focus is going to be next Monday and Tuesday next week. I kind of want to finish it inside that time span. I don't know if we can do it. I'm going to try, because the plan is to have Stephen Chenault with us beginning of next year while we're colouring everything. And that'll be a nice guest appearance. So next up, a woohoo. We might be able to do woohoo. I like doing a woohoo. Hit Pex up and say, hey, Alyssa says we should consider a woohoo. Here's one of the things, guys and girls. We can't add every command you want. It gets ridiculous. It's just imposterous, and it it becomes too much. Okay, but certain commands I think have a good idea, and I like their woohoo. I like the woohoo. So we are going to switch into tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to be colouring Locatoy. I think between tomorrow and Thursday we should be able to finish it. I think that's a thing. I think we should be able to do it. In the meantime, thank you everyone for hanging out with me tonight. I really, really, really mean that. You are all awesome human people. Human people. You are human people. Some of you aren't, but most of you are. But you're awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out. I have a buzz from just doing this with you. I can't imagine mapping without you at this point. And I really mean that. But I'm back tomorrow. And to my Patreon supporters and my Twitch subscribers, much love. Thank you. Hopefully the goodies I send to you in return are entertaining, illuminating, and inspiring, and useful. Don't forget, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitch, follow me on Facebook, or come hang out on Discord. I'm Melissa Phaeton everywhere, okay? That's what I do. Until then, tomorrow night, let's do it again, but nice, easy colouring. That's what we're doing for the next 2 sessions. King Bashman, great seeing you too. Really, truly, my friend. Let's get you on Discord so we can just hang out, okay? Until then, everyone have a good one. And I'll see you on the flip side.